Hi there, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Click the subscribe button to join the community and to keep me motivated to make more of these videos. In today's video, I'll be trying out chicken dum biryani. I know. I've not done this before. I've spoken to some Indian friends of mine and they tell me how difficult it is to make. But I love biryani. Chicken biryani, lamb biryani, fish biryani, mutton, whatever biryani, I love it. So I have two of my Indian friends coming over for the holidays. We're going to travel around, but first of all they're coming to my place and then we leave from there. And I was like, I might as well try chicken dum biryani. I spoke to some people, they're like, just to get recipe and tips and tricks and how they make it. And everyone told me, I think you should just make your native food. That way they won't know if it is good or not. They'll just be like, it's good, because they've not tried it before. But I like a challenge. I like to I like adventure generally. So I was like, okay, I'll still cook my native food for them, but I will try my hands on chicken biryani. It's a very good opportunity because normally I wouldn't want to do it. I'll just buy it from the restaurants. But they're here and I said, okay, might as well try. So let's get into it. After this one, when I'll just take you through how I prepared the chicken biryani, and then there'll be another video where I let them try the chicken biryani. I'm a good cook anyway, so I hope I can, make it at least good enough for them to eat. Yeah. All right, let's get to it. I'm using onions, ground spices, whole spices. Indians call their blend of spices masala, by the way. And yogurt. I'll also list the ingredients in the description box. Then garlic and ginger mix, salt, garam and biryani masala, coriander and mint. Mint was from my garden. Then obviously chicken. What's a chicken biryani without the chicken? So I'm frying the onions here, and I have to fry it till it's golden brown. This is the result. It took me a little over 15 minutes to achieve this. I feel it's slightly over fried, but that's alright. So for the chicken, I'll be adding the ground spices to the chicken and then the whole spices to the yogurt before I mix them together. You can choose to mix everything together, up to you. So I'm starting with the chili powder, and next is the turmeric. I found online that adding the ground spices to the chicken and then marinating it lets it absorb the flavor. And then after that you can add the yogurt on top of it, and you don't have to mix it. Then I saw somewhere where they mixed everything together and I was a bit confused, so I decided to put the ground in the chicken and the whole to the yogurt. So the next thing I'll be putting right now is the coriander, and then you have the garam masala and also the biryani masala. Like I say, you don't have to use this because everything I'm adding is still in the biryani masala. And then this is cumin. That's right, put everything there. After adding the ground spices, I'm now going to be adding salt to the mix, and then I'll have to mix it all together to incorporate the spices, and so the chicken can absorb all these flavors. While mixing, I completely forgot that I didn't add the ginger garlic mix, so that is what I'm going to be doing now, adding the ginger and garlic mix as well as the oil. You need sunflower oil, vegetable oil, so that's what I'm going to be doing now. And after that, mix again. The chicken looks good and the spices well mixed, so I'm going to set it aside and I'm going to prepare the yogurt and the whole spice mix. So for this I'm using the full cream yogurt. You don't need anything fancy, just the plain full cream yogurt is fine. Now I'm adding in the peppercorns, black peppercorns, and crushing in the bay leaves. You can choose to add the bay leaves whole. I've seen biryanis that have whole bay leaves, but I chose to crush mine. Next is cinnamon quills. Then I added star anise. After putting in the peppercorns, the cinnamon and bay leaves, I'm now trying to add black cardamom. These things are very expensive here. Even more expensive is the green cardamom, so I only got the black cardamom. Mix everything together and I'll be adding in a little bit of water to this mixture. After mixing the spices and the yogurt, I'm now adding salt to the mix. And then I'll pour this mixture over the chicken. So this is the point where you can just let it sit on top while you marinate, or you can mix everything. I chose to combine the yogurt mix and the chicken. Well blended and looking good, but I'd forgotten to add the fried onions, so that's what I'm adding now, the fried onions. And again I'll mix. I'm done mixing all the spices and ingredients with the chicken. Next thing I'll do is to marinate it. I'll let the chicken marinate for about an hour in the fridge. I've seen people do it for 4 hours, I've seen people do it for 3 hours, but I chose to do it for an hour because I didn't have enough time. Now for the rice, I'm using basmati rice and I used 2.5 cups of water per 1 cup of rice. I'll be adding the whole dry spices to the water and then I'll let it boil before adding the rice. So I'm starting with black cardamom, then bay leaves, then star anise and cloves, and I'm adding peppercorns, the black peppercorns that were remaining, as well as I'll be adding cinnamon quills. Not forgetting to add salt, so I'll be adding salt, and I'll also add oil. So this is the oil that I used to fry the onions. So about 2 to 3 teaspoons depending on the quantity of rice that you'll be cooking. and I'll let all of this mixture boil first before I add the rice. We need all of this for the rice to absorb the flavor. Water boiled, rice in. So you should have soaked your rice for 30 minutes prior to this. It always helps. And I always stir my rice basmati, because if you just add it like that, it tends to sit at the bottom. So I stirred a little bit before I cover it and let it boil for about 30 minutes. The rice is all done and looking good, so we are ready to make the biryani. I'm going to be using a non-stick saucepan. I don't have a biryani pot, so that's what I'm going to be using, because the whole idea is to make sure the chicken, which is going to be at the bottom, is not burnt and sticks to the pan. And I always see them layer the chicken, so they start with chicken rice. I tried doing that, it did not work. Epic fail, like you will see. So starting by putting the chicken first, which I'd let marinate for about 50 minutes to 1 hour. And after putting the chicken, I'm going to be spreading the rice over the chicken. I saw on a YouTube channel, he was sprinkling the rice over the chicken rather than just pouring it, dumping it on the chicken, which is why I'm trying that out. Apparently it helps with the consistency of the rice, how the rice comes out, biryani I mean. So that's why I'm doing this. Later on, my friend told me that for the rice I should have put the whole spices in like a sieve bag and put it in the water, because not everyone likes to eat the dried whole spices. So yeah, lesson learned. This is my attempt at the layering. All done and ready for the last step. So I'm adding the ghee first, melted ghee, and after that I'll be adding the remaining fried onions, spreading on top of the rice. And then I'll be adding the mint leaves and coriander. I just shred it with my hands. You can chop it nicely if you want to. I added everything because I wanted it to be flavorful, so I added all the remaining mint and coriander. I know my Indian friends may crucify me for this, but oh well. I wanted it to be flavorful, so yeah. adding everything, the remaining spices and herbs. All done. Now to cook chicken dum biryani, that's to dum cook the biryani. You layer the meats and spices and the rice, and then you cover it with a lid, and you will seal the lid with a paste made of flour and water. But I don't have that, so I'll be using foil to do the sealing. That way I am done cooking the biryani. And voila, it is ready. I'll cook this for 30 minutes. The biryani has been cooking for 30 minutes now. Time to see the verdict, the big reveal. Steamy. Looking good, looking real good. I might go into this business. I don't have competition. I'll be the only Nigerian doing it. Yeah. This looks really good. And it tastes good too.